Hey, love. So, something that I did not understand growing up that I know is so important now is this. So, when we get really clear on our standard, mine now is I do not associate with any human who is reflecting that they do not care that they're causing me pain. So, when I tell a person, a friend, family, whatever, that they are hurting me, and not just like, oh, I didn't really care for that last week and that I felt like that was kind of rude. No. When we say this behavior, this consistent behavior you do really brings me down, I feel really small, worthless, whatever it is, and they drop into a delusion and pretend that you're attacking them, that is their forfeit of the connection. I know that they might not be aware of it because they've gone into a delusion, and you can say, so is it safe to say that what I'm getting right now is that you don't care that you're hurting me? So I can expect that to continue. A healthy person might come out of the delusion and realize in that moment, oh, sorry, I was just really triggered. I do actually care how I affect you. I do want to change. But a toxic person will double down and they will continue to pretend that you're hurting them, that you're ungrateful. That will be, you'll see that in like toxic family systems. If you call out an elder about abuse, they will pretend that you're entitled when, of course, that's just a projection of their own entitlement. They'll pretend that you're ungrateful, that you're disrespectful to your elders. What they're really saying is, I can't meet your standard. That's not possible for me. I can't hold compassion for others. I cannot empathize. I can't hold accountability. I can't self-reflect. And you can trust that 100%. So I think of all the times in the past when I would try to tell someone they're hurting me consistently, and then they would go into a delusion, play victim, and I would be like, maybe I could use a different example. Maybe I could try again. Oh my God, never again. It's so funny when you raise your standards, you'll be in awe of the standards that you used to hold. So now I trust 100% when someone is showing me I can't meet that standard. I ride on convenience for my friendships, for example. So as soon as someone's inconvenient, I blow them off. I trust that 100% that is the frequency that person lives on and that I can expect that again and again. So I don't care if the person is fully in a delusion, pretending that I'm attacking them. They have just let me know while I'm standing in truth, in reality, because I've accountably just spoken a boundary and my standard. So I'm in full reality. If they have to play victim and pretend that I'm hurting them, I know that is their way of saying, I just fumbled this connection. I can't meet your standards, so we'll have to part ways. And I fully respect it. I fully accept it. And that's it. And it's so funny. Like, I just can't get over how much I did not understand this when I was younger, and just how depressed, how suicidal I was, thinking how alone I was. And when you start to realize that you're only seeking familiarity. So for me, I grew up surrounded by elders who held this standard. If you make me uncomfortable, you're trash, so there would be no self-reflection, no apologies, no accountability, no integrity, nothing like that. So I can trust that is the path that someone's living on. And if it doesn't meet my standards, I don't have to hold hate or anything towards them. I can just fully accept that, part ways, go through the emotions of grief and loss. But then when you start creating spaces where people can actually meet you on the same standard that you live on, so now I only associate with people that really care if they're affecting me negatively. And I really care if I'm affecting them negatively. So if they tell me I'm hurting them, I'm so grateful. I will say thank you. Thank you so much for bringing that to my attention, because my intention is to do right by the other person. That is not the intention of toxic people. Their intention is to be comfortable. It's to avoid discomfort, which also means avoiding growth. It's just fascinating. So we can tell the youth around us, if you're telling someone that they are continuing to hurt you and they pretend that you're attacking them, that was their farewell, even if they're not aware of it. They just let you know, I don't care how I affect you. And you can ask your child, is that the standard you want to hold? Do you want to be out in this world holding a standard of, I don't care if people walk all over me. I don't care if people show me they don't care if they're hurting me. Of course not. So we can always realize, I'll hear people say, yeah, I told my mother-in-law that their behavior is extremely toxic consistently, and I can't have that in my life. The mother-in-law will pretend that they're being attacked, and they'll be unaware that they just fumbled the relationship. That's why you're not seeing your daughter-in-law anymore, or even your son. You know, we need to become clear. If someone brings to our attention that we're hurting them, are we going to reflect back to them that we don't care and we expect to never hear something like that so we can just stay comfortable? You can get clear on that standard as well, not just receiving, but giving. My standard is, I care about you. If you're in my life, I definitely care if I affect you negatively. So I'm very grateful if you let me know so I can acknowledge it, apologize, and change the behavior. If I'm going to play a victim, I know that I have just fumbled you. And I expect you to take any belongings you may have left. So I'm very clear on this. And it's so important for us to get clear on both sides. What are your standards in giving to others and receiving? And then when we start holding them so firmly, it does get very uncomfortable at first, but then it gets easier and easier. And I'm now laughing at the idea that I would ever be like, should I maybe try it again next week? Should I word it differently? No, that was someone that just set me free. And I fully accept that these days. If you are someone that struggles with this and you want to get really clear on your standards and start to feel really comfortable holding them, then you're not going to want to miss this 3-day workshop I'm holding on August 26th, 27th, and 28th. I'll put the details below and you can message me for the link. I cannot wait, guys. We are going to create some shifts and we're going to be walking around confident as fuck. Love you guys.